During the hottest week this summer, those who advocate against climate change are calling on City Hall and the province of Alberta to do more to ensure that renters are protected from the heat.
Our biggest demand of the campaign, of course, is a maximum temperature bylaw, which we know it takes time, but now is the time to get started on that. And so for us, that would look like setting a ceiling on residences, setting a ceiling on rental homes and apartments and whatever it might be, to ensure that tenants are being protected.
Climate Justice Edmonton gathering in front of Edmonton City Hall Thursday morning, calling for a number of steps from all levels of government to set standards when it comes to cooling rental properties. Edmonton seniors say the heat wave the city has experienced this week has been particularly hard.
My aunt is one of the people who lives in my building. She's going to be 96 this month, and she lives on the south side of the building. They just go, what they do is they go into the laundry room because there's fans set up, or they go into the common area because it's cooler there. So it's really hard, for some people, and not everybody can move around like me.
Advocates are calling on all levels of government to invest in more publicly accessible cooling stations in neighborhoods across the city. A public inquiry on the impacts of heat and wildfire smoke on illness and death, and incentives for heat pumps to be installed in homes and rentals. Advocates would also like a municipal bylaw that would also set a maximum temperature threshold of 26 degrees Celsius inside residential rental properties, something Edmonton City Councillor Michael Jan says he would support.
We have a minimum temperature that your apartment must be this warm in winter. It makes sense we should have some sort of a maximum temperature as well.
Calls have been coming from across the country for maximum temperature regulations for rentals in cities like Vancouver, Hamilton, and Toronto, as brutally hot weather becomes a fixture of Canadian summers. Landlord groups in Ontario have raised concerns over the costs of air conditioners and heat pumps being ultimately passed on to tenants. Climate Justice Edmonton is calling for a maximum temperature bylaw to be in place by summer 2025. Reporting from Edmonton, Darcy Ropchan, City News.